The NFL world is buzzing with shock and disbelief after what appears to be a leaked audio recording involving Dan Quinn, the head coach of the Washington Commanders. In the recording, Quinn allegedly refers to his players as amateurs and openly admits that he accepted the head coaching position primarily for the financial benefits. While the authenticity of the audio has yet to be officially confirmed by the team or Quinn himself, the implications are already sending tremors through the organization and the league at large. Fans, analysts, and insiders alike are scrambling to interpret what this revelation could mean for the Commanders, who have already been facing mounting pressures both on and off the field. The mere suggestion that a head coach might hold such a dismissive view of his own roster is enough to ignite debates about leadership, team morale, and the long-term stability of the franchise. Social media is exploding with reactions, ranging from outrage to disbelief, with supporters questioning how such attitudes could coexist with professional football at its highest level. The ripple effects of this alleged leak are far-reaching, raising critical questions about respect, loyalty, and accountability within one of the NFL's most scrutinized teams. Sources close to the organization suggest that the locker room atmosphere has been tense for some time, but this audio might provide the first concrete evidence of the underlying friction. Players who have historically been vocal about team chemistry and professionalism are now reportedly considering public statements or even private consultations with the league to address the situation. The Commanders' management, caught between damage control and strategic planning for the future, faces an unprecedented challenge in managing both internal morale and external perception. While Quinn has built a reputation as a disciplined coach with a defensive mindset, this leak, if verified, could tarnish that image permanently. Analysts are debating whether this incident could trigger a wider exodus of key players who feel disrespected or undervalued. Meanwhile, fans are questioning the integrity and motivation behind recent decisions and roster moves, speculating that financial incentives may have clouded judgment and undermined the team's culture. Every play, every game, and every public statement from now on could be interpreted through the lens of this alleged remark, making it a pivotal moment in the Commanders' ongoing narrative. Adding fuel to the fire, sports commentators are pointing out that Dan Quinn's previous career moves often sparked similar controversies, though never to this extent. The audio leak, whether authentic or doctored, has created a perception problem that is almost impossible to ignore. Former players and coaches have weighed in, expressing both concern and fascination with the idea that a head coach would publicly admit such motives for taking on a high-profile job. The broader NFL community is watching intently, aware that this could set a precedent for accountability and transparency in coaching conduct. Pundits are analyzing the language, tone, and context of the leaked remarks, debating whether they reflect a moment of frustration, a deliberate strategy, or a candid revelation of underlying intentions. Meanwhile, rival teams are reportedly paying attention, sensing potential vulnerabilities in the Commanders' organization that could influence trades, contract negotiations, or strategic planning. The combination of high stakes, intense media scrutiny, and a passionate fan base creates a perfect storm for speculation, with rumors multiplying faster than any official statement could possibly contain. Every angle, every interpretation, and every reaction is being dissected, making it impossible for anyone involved with the team to escape the conversation. Insiders also highlight that this situation could have repercussions far beyond the current season. If players feel that their commitment is undervalued or that the coach's focus is financially driven rather than competitively motivated, trust within the team could erode rapidly. This kind of mistrust can manifest in subtle ways on the field, from lackluster execution to minimal cohesion during high-pressure situations. Coaching staff may also find themselves caught in the middle, navigating a delicate balance between loyalty to Quinn and responsibility to the players. Additionally, the media frenzy surrounding the leak amplifies every micro detail, from social media posts to practice performance, creating a magnifying glass over an already volatile environment. Even casual fans are now drawn into speculation, forming theories about internal power struggles, contract dynamics, and potential leadership changes. The Commanders, already operating under the intense spotlight of the NFL, could find their organizational narrative completely dominated by this controversy, shifting attention away from gameplay, strategy, and season objectives toward internal conflict and drama. Analysts emphasize that rebuilding trust will be crucial, yet challenging, especially when allegations of financial motivation are perceived to overshadow professional integrity. The timing of this leak is also raising eyebrows, coinciding with critical points in the league's calendar. Analysts note that team performance, contract negotiations, and media coverage are all influenced by perception, and this audio has inserted doubt into every conversation about the Commanders. Rumors are swirling that some of the team's most prominent figures are quietly discussing options, weighing loyalty against frustration. Meanwhile, social media campaigns and fan forums are erupting with theories about potential firings, trades, or organizational shakeups, amplifying the sense of urgency. The narrative is evolving rapidly, with journalists and insiders trying to verify the source, context, and authenticity of the recording. This speculative tension is almost unprecedented, creating a scenario where every quote, gesture, and report is scrutinized for hidden meaning. In such an environment, even the smallest comment can spark widespread discussion, as fans and analysts alike attempt to piece together the implications of Quinn's alleged statements. The atmosphere around the Commanders is charged, with uncertainty, speculation, and anticipation coalescing into a high-stakes drama that transcends ordinary football news. Finally, some observers suggest that the long-term impact on Dan Quinn's legacy could be profound. While he has achieved significant professional milestones, this leaked remark, if true, casts a shadow over his credibility, leadership, and relationship with players. The perception of prioritizing money over team development could influence how future opportunities are offered to him, both within the NFL and in other professional arenas. Veteran coaches, commentators, and analysts are weighing in, considering the broader implications for coaching ethics and organizational culture. The players, meanwhile, may face internal dilemmas, deciding whether to publicly support their coach, distance themselves, or quietly plan for alternative futures. This speculation alone could dominate headlines for weeks, fueling narratives that go far beyond a single game or season. As the story unfolds, the Commanders' organization must navigate in. Rumors are now circulating that the leaked audio might trigger a cascade of consequences within the Commanders' organization, potentially reshaping the team from top to bottom. Some insiders suggest that players may start demanding reassurances about leadership priorities, questioning whether the head coach is committed to their development or merely pursuing financial gain. While Quinn has yet to issue a public response, speculation is intensifying about how he will handle the fallout. Analysts are discussing potential scenarios, including formal investigations, private meetings with key players, or even organizational restructuring to mitigate damage. The ripple effects extend beyond the immediate team, as the media narrative frames this as a story about ethics, professionalism, and motivation in high-level sports. Social media, blogs, and sports shows are amplifying every possible interpretation, further inflating the controversy. Fans, whose loyalty often hinges on both performance and perceived integrity, are now debating whether the team's identity can withstand the implications of this alleged disclosure. Every interaction, from interviews to press conferences, is being scrutinized for signs of tension or hidden motives. The narrative is evolving at a breakneck pace, making it difficult to separate confirmed facts from speculation. Yet the excitement, outrage, and curiosity continue to fuel ongoing discussion. Adding to the tension, reports suggest that other coaching staff and management members are grappling with the implications of the leak. Questions about leadership, internal communication, and strategic direction are now dominating conversations behind closed doors. Analysts speculate that Quinn may face unprecedented scrutiny from both players and management, potentially altering his decision-making and approach to team culture. Meanwhile, rival teams are reportedly taking mental notes, analyzing whether internal friction could influence game strategies, contract negotiations, or future trades. This type of internal uncertainty, especially when publicized, can be disruptive on multiple levels, affecting not only morale but also on-field execution. Observers note that how the organization handles this controversy could set a precedent for accountability and transparency across the league. The timing, context, and authenticity of the audio are all under the microscope, leaving fans and insiders to piece together a narrative that is part rumor, part reality. As a result, speculation alone is shaping public perception, creating a charged environment where every action, comment, or decision is interpreted through the lens of the alleged remarks. Industry insiders also warn that the leaked audio could affect future recruitment and retention. Prospective players may view the Commanders as a volatile or unstable environment, potentially influencing free agency decisions or contract negotiations. Veteran players might reconsider long-term commitments, questioning whether the leadership values team development over financial incentives. Sports commentators are speculating that even subtle gestures, like changes in practice routines or lineup adjustments, could be influenced by the underlying tension. The pressure to maintain professionalism while addressing public scrutiny creates a complex dilemma for management, coaching staff, and players alike. Analysts emphasize that the perception of internal dysfunction can have long-term implications, from team cohesion to brand image. In a league where narratives are as important as performance, this type of controversy can overshadow accomplishments on the field, shaping how fans, media, and sponsors perceive the organization. Consequently, even unconfirmed rumors can generate tangible consequences, affecting everything from morale to marketability. The ripple effect is already apparent, and it may take months or even years to fully understand the impact of this alleged leak. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. Further speculation focuses on the potential strategic consequences during games. Analysts note that players' trust in their coach is crucial for execution, motivation, and adaptability, and any perceived lack of respect could manifest in subtle, yet critical ways. A disconnect between leadership and roster might influence in-game decisions, practice intensity, or communication during high-pressure situations. Even the most skilled athletes may struggle to maintain optimal performance if morale is compromised, while rival teams could exploit any perceived weaknesses. Meanwhile, media coverage continues to amplify every development, keeping the story alive and intensifying the scrutiny. Fans are increasingly engaged, discussing potential scenarios ranging from Quinn's resignation to complete organizational overhauls. The uncertainty surrounding leadership priorities, authenticity, and internal dynamics adds layers of complexity to every game, interview, and press release. Analysts point out that while the on-field performance may remain unaffected in the short term, the long-term implications of distrust and speculation can create persistent challenges for team cohesion, strategic alignment, and overall effectiveness. The social media landscape has also played a pivotal role in magnifying the controversy. Platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok are flooded with clips, quotes, and interpretations of the alleged audio, with fans, analysts, and former players weighing in on the situation. Hashtags and trending topics are driving conversations, turning speculation into an almost continuous cycle of reaction and counterreaction. The speed at which rumors spread online has outpaced any official statements, making it increasingly difficult for the team to manage the narrative. Memes, commentary videos, and fan debates further intensify the scrutiny, while traditional media outlets amplify the digital buzz. Analysts suggest that this dynamic creates a high-pressure environment where perception may matter as much as reality, with every public appearance and comment being dissected for hidden meaning. In this sense, the leak functions not only as a potential internal challenge, but also as a public relations test, revealing how modern sports organizations must navigate the intersection of performance, transparency, and fan engagement in the age of instant information. Some insiders speculate that this situation could eventually redefine the Commanders' culture. If the leadership fails to address the controversy transparently and decisively, trust and cohesion may erode over time. Alternatively, a strong response could serve as a rallying point, demonstrating accountability, resilience, and commitment to players' development. Analysts note that how Dan Quinn and the organization respond will likely shape both short-term dynamics and long-term narratives surrounding the team. Fans are watching intently, weighing whether loyalty and support remain warranted or whether skepticism should prevail. Former players and coaches are already offering lessons from similar controversies, emphasizing communication, integrity, and strategic leadership. The story has become a case study in organizational psychology, leadership perception, and the delicate balance between professional ambition and ethical responsibility. While the league continues, the Commanders' internal drama has captured the imagination of fans, insiders, and analysts alike, creating speculation, debate, and uncertainty that may endure well beyond the current season. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.